Today I want to talk about the attraction towards methodology. We think the way is always more important than the destiny. That is the reason why we think that Jesus is much more important than the Father. As a matter of fact, Jesus clearly said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. You can go to the Father only through. The point is, Jesus is not directing the way, or he's not making himself the destiny. Rather, he is directing you towards God the Father. That means he's directing you towards the actual source. And Jesus says, you can go to the Father only through me. My dear brothers and sisters, the problem is we have made the way our destiny. Once we make the way our destiny, that is when we tend to mess up things. I am talking way deeper today, and some people might find it hard for them to take it in, but that is the truth. It is really a foolishness to waste time, potentiality, and resources on the way. Why? Because the way is not your destiny. So what are we doing? We might be spending a lot of time listening to worship music, but that is not worship. We might be spending a lot of time thinking that I am in the church, I am volunteering, but probably that is not worship. What is worship? We are going to see today in a little way. The greatest challenger for the Creator to the mankind is realizing him that the destiny is much more important than worship. The reason why we have songs over here, the reason why we have worship over here is to make you connect with God the Father, to make you connect with God the Father and bring His heavenly presence down into your life. That is the actual source of worship, the actual purpose of worship. The actual purpose of worship is not music. Music is only a way for you to reach God the Father. Music is only a way to make you feel the presence of God. But until and unless you enter into the presence of God, you can never really touch the presence of God. The reason is we worship God in order to become like God. I'm going to repeat that again. We worship God in order to become like God. We do not worship God just for the sake of worship. Most of us, we think, in the Bible we see in heaven the angels worship God. What does that mean? That means in heaven the angels, they behave like God, they be like God, they tend to create something like God. Are you understanding something, church? When God says worship me because I'm holy, worship me in holiness, that means God wants you to worship so you can attain holiness in your life. Am I talking to somebody in the church today? God wants you to develop a character in your life. God wants you to be holy in your life. That's the reason why God has given us worship music. The reason why we have worship music, the reason why we have songs is so you can be led into the presence of God. Am I talking to you? We spend more time in chit-chatting than in prayer and worship. There is a friend of mine, his name is Bobby Cox. He has a beautiful antique car. And he has that car in his garage, in his office. His office is a 5-story building. And he has that car parked underneath in -1 in the cellar. Every day, the car is pristine, clean. The car never loses its shine. And I was asking this person, I was asking, Bobby, when do you drive the car? He said, that car is not meant to be driven. Then I asked him, so why did you buy the car? The car, I bought it so that I can enjoy looking at that. I thought, what a waste of time, resources, potentiality. Why? Because every day somebody comes and cleans that car. That car is so clean that you can actually sleep in that car. You can actually eat in that car. That's how much clean that car is. But is the car being used to the potentiality? No. Is the car's purpose being reached? No. This is exactly what happens when you come into the presence of God and you do not worship God. This is exactly what happens when you come into the church. You enjoy the music, you enjoy the songs, you enjoy these words, but you are never really feeling the presence of God.